IBV, then you get another 300. Okay, so looking at the circle, it says one in a month and a week you can get maximum 1,500 BV. Once you get that's 1,500. That's if you get 5,000 each side. So the maximum you can get BV per week is 1,500. So where do I get that number? It's when you get 300 for the 1,200, another 300 for the 2,400, another 300 for the 3,800, and finally 5,000 for the extra 600. So plus 300, plus 300, plus 300, plus 600 is 1,500, and that's the max for BV, and that's also the max for IBV. So the the weekly max is 3,000. That's how I got that number. Okay, and bonuses. Okay, so bonuses is when you reach the max in that week. So when you get the 5,000 points each side a week, and uh, is when someone on your left side gets that and someone on your right side gets that on the same week, then it means you're a good manager because the people under you are doing very successful, are being very are successful. So you get $600 for that. Another way you can earn more income is okay. So you're limited to one franchise, right? Because it's just you. But you can open more franchises. But the bad part is you have to put those franchises at the very bottom. So whatever you did, if you're successful, whatever you did, you're gonna have to do all over again. So increase your weekly potential to 10,000. But don't worry about that. Like opening the first one's hard enough. You don't need to worry about opening. Yes, more. Okay, you can be master unfranchised owner. So that's when you own three at the top. Mind you, this is a lot harder to grow, but it has more long-term potential. So I don't really recommend this one because you can earn enough. You can if you make it using one, you're already doing very very good. I mean three. I mean what's the max? 3,600. I'll calculate right now. 3,600 a week. So if you're maxed, you're already making 200 201 grand a year. Okay, so don't worry. Just worry about getting 201 grand a year. Besides trying to create this thing, master unfranchised owner, and try to increase your income to like a lot more. But just get to 201 first. I'm gonna do a scenario just to describe how things are. Now in the presentation, I do have an interest in MLMs. I went to numerous presentations, and they all have some commonalities. They all uh, they all take you away from reality, okay? And they're trying to sell you a future product, a future idea. So the future idea they're trying to sell you is the dream life, is a lot of money, uh, passive income, income you don't really have to work for. You just work for it now, and then later it just comes by check, which is like this. You set up the system, you have a lot of people under you, and then weekly the company will send checks to you. So they try to sell you a future idea, and based on that future idea, they try to make you pay a lot right now because they say, hey, in the future it's gonna be worth that much. But is that true? So that's why I did this review. So I'm gonna do a scenario. So this is where the review starts. I'm gonna do a scenario on hey, what if you started doing this? Uh, I know I have to work hard, but how hard? If it's too hard for too little, then don't do it. And so, how commissions are earned? For myself, to this scenario, I'm going to have some assumptions just to keep things simple, more simple. And I'm going to go through my assumptions. My assumptions, perfect balance. Okay, mind you, doing this, it's two legs as a binary system. So that just means that you have one on each side. One group on each side. And as you see in this picture, you have one little pyramid on your left side, one little pyramid on your right side. Okay, and ideally you want everything to be balanced. That's how you can maximize your points. Because if it's not balanced, then you're just gonna decide with the lower points. So, and then you're not gonna get fully compensated for that. Okay, so I'm just gonna assume perfect balance, that all the points are distributed exactly evenly. Okay, and I assume all members will spend through shop.com. So I just assume all these members under you, they're gonna spend through shop.com. Why? Because it makes sense. Because every month they need a certain number of points to stay active. And if they're gonna buy anything, why don't they're probably gonna buy off shop.com just to get the points to help themselves. Plus, a lot of them are shopping anyways, so they might as well shop that helps themselves instead of others. So all members are online shoppers. So when I say all members will shop through shop.com, that's assuming they are online shoppers, which isn't necessarily true because as I'll show you later, only 40% of people shop online. And that's because of the shipping, and it's hard to shop online because you don't really see it, especially clothing and other stuff. You can't check the quality with your eyes. I mean, you can't touch it and can't, you know what I'm saying. Okay, so I just assume all the members under you, they're gonna shop online. Next, I assume all members stay but don't recruit anyone. Is that realistic? First of all, it's unrealistic that all members will stay. Okay. Second, it's also unrealistic to say they won't recruit anyone. So, will you grow faster than you decay? Dep I don't know. It will depend on the leadership and like how long can you keep the people at the bottom staying? Because you need them to stay, and you need to help them grow too. Because if they don't grow, they're gonna lose money every month, and they're not gonna stay any much longer. And assume members don't have not referred anyone to use shop.com. So you don't have to be a unfranchised owner to use this site, right? You can just sign up under anyone, and then you can just shop for your personal use, and you don't have to have monthly BV requirements. You don't care. You don't need to care about that. So whatever, yeah. So you just sign up, and then the points and cashback will flow up all the way upwards. So, and I'm assuming having 14 people under you on your first day. Meaning, I'm going to draw a year scenario just because it's a nice simple number, 1 year. And I'm going to just assume that all 14 people that signed under you, uh, signed on your first day. So, because it makes calculations a lot more tricky if, some so and so signed in March, and then so and so started in February. It just makes things a lot more tricky. So for simplification reasons, 14 people signed up on you on the January 1st. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna calculate the revenue. How much are you gonna get if you signed 14 people? Okay, so if you sign 14 people, then each person has to get 200 BV just like you did to qualify. So that 200 BV times 14, that equates to 2,800 BV. Okay. And then internet shopping, as I said, I checked on stats.com. This is the average, by the way, so maybe different from the people interested in doing MLMs. Maybe they're more prone to internet shopping, but also this is 2009 stats. So sorry, this is the best I can get. So take it with a grain of salt. Number of online shoppers are rising, but it's still going to be like 40%, 45 maybe. And but the important number here is the average value per person. That's the second last line. And in 2009 it says 1,420. So it just means how much each person spends online per year. And 1,420. Okay. So let's look at the revenue. The qualifying business volume is 200 business volume, so 14 people